We met at a Christmas party in 1983. I think my first client, probably my only client in 1983, had a Christmas party, and Sally had an office in that same building.
I grew up in Smyrna with Sally. She is 6 months older than I am. We were roommates in college, and we were each other's maid of honor in our weddings. So I don't ever remember a time I didn't have Sally.
So when I first met her, Sally was actually in 3 softball leagues. She was a real athlete. And I actually, at the time, I said, well, let me just test your arm. So I got a baseball glove, and she threw a softball at me. And that was the last time we played catch. I mean, she had a really strong arm.
She was good, but she was not a fast runner.
Sally was
Yeah.
very slow.
But she looked like she was fast. She
worked hard.
She tried really hard. It was the most amazing thing
Her feet were moving.
Her feet were moving, but she wouldn't go anywhere.
She knew more about the game than I did, and I followed sports from the time I was really young. So she was really into it.
But she's always so modest, you would never know it if somebody didn't say so. I remember when she was starting to have trouble keeping her sandal on her foot. And we both thought, that is so weird. And she had a surgery, and it didn't seem to help.
You know, she had just kind of told us that she'd tripped like 3 times. And I remember that day saying, that's not right. You know, you need to go to the doctor.
And then they found a slipped disc, which never hurt her, so she didn't have any pain. So they thought that maybe that was causing the problems in her leg. She had a little foot drop as well, and so she had back surgery in the fall of 2011 to try to correct that. And so when that didn't heal in the spring of 2012, they started to think it was something else. How to break the news to family is a very difficult thing.
Like, I don't really know a lot of people with disabilities, and it's not something that has really affected our family at all, so I wasn't at all thinking that it was something that would ever happen to someone in my family.
And we met for lunch, and she said they were going to go to the Mayo Clinic. And she hinted, and so much her style, she hinted that she might have ALS.
I know what it meant
Yeah.
to have it.
Yeah.
I didn't know exactly, what it entailed.
You feel robbed. You feel like somebody took your sister, and you had all these great plans.
Right after, or really contemporaneous with the diagnosis, we heard about a walk to defeat ALS sponsored by the ALS Association. And I felt like this is a good way and an opportunity just to kind of get together and commiserate and celebrate Sally. So we formed a team, and then I sent out an email to as many people as I could think of. And I said, here's Sally's news, and would you please consider joining us on that Saturday morning? And by the way, there's a contribution that we'd like for you to make. You could choose the amount. And so I sent out that first email, and we got $9,000 from that one email.
Hi, my name is Sally Panfel.
And we're walking for Sally today.
And I am an ALS patient. This is amazing that we're having a record number of people show up today and a record collection. So thank you everyone who donated.
Also a Team Panfel logo designed by.
That's all Terry. No, that was all Terry.
Every year I get a text from my dad, we need the new t-shirts. So I had to send the designs to him.
I was surprised by how many people that, from Team Panfel that showed up, and I guess that was part, thanks to Terry. But, there was people that I didn't know, so there was a lot of new people that we're meeting. And so I was surprised of the community support, not from our direct family.
Everybody showed up for that. And then they've continued to show up for that. It's been amazing how the the walks, the galas, just other family events. Everybody came together.
We're here walking for Sally Panfel. We've got our team mascot, other family members. Personally, I wanted to be involved in helping patients and helping their families. The thing that I'm proud of is the program that we started last year, which is the Sally Panfel Caregiver Program. The ALS patient can't work. Usually somebody has to take care of them. So the question is, can the family afford to pay for somebody to take care of the patient? Usually the answer is no. So now either a spouse, a family member, a friend has to quit their job to take care of the patient. So what the Sally Panfel program does is it provides up to 12 hours a week for professional caregivers, paid caregivers, to come into the home and relieve the family member or the friend. So to be able to give relief to those people who are at it 24 hours a day is an amazing thing. And that's why we know that we're effective, and we know that the money that we solicit is effective and is helping patients and families.
You don't think about that. You think about the person that's got ALS, but you don't think about the caretaker that's exhausted, that doesn't have, enough sleep or support or money and all those things to give them a break is huge.
That's what this program allows ALS to do, is to give some time to the people that don't have the time.
If you know Mark or Sally or their family, then you are connected to this issue, and connected to wanting to find a cure and wanting to ensure that there's funding and that caregivers are able to effectively take care of ALS patients.
I'm in on every board meeting. I'm on the Care Services Committee. I'm on the Development Committee. I'm there understanding the sorts of things that we're doing, making contributions, making sure that the money that we spend is effectively spent. And I can assure you that every person on the board has that same mission, and every staff member of the association has that same mission as well.
Mark is a fantastic organizer and I'll say manager. He will pick up the phone and call anybody. He is very good at asking people to give time, money, help. He is awesome at all of those things, and that's what it really takes, is somebody who's determined to make a difference, and he is.
I've never seen him complain about this ever. Like, he's always there. He's been there every step of the way, and it's very challenging. It's not challenging just for her, but challenging for him as well, to see her go through that and to help her through all that. I mean, he's been extremely great throughout this whole process, very supportive, and I don't know how any of us would have gotten through it without him.
Yeah, he's been a trooper, I think is the word that first came to my mind, because again, he's never complained, and we have to find help if he wants to go out of town for a day or anything like that. He's never had any doubts about what he's doing or the cause he's benefiting. So it's been amazing to see. It really has.
People ask me a lot about me, which is really nice that people are concerned about me. And it's really heartwarming that people ask me that question all the time. In particular, what bothers me is if Sally is worried about me and my schedule, because I kind of feel like for the last 5 years, I've gone about 100 miles an hour every single day. It is very difficult. I'm very fortunate. I have the financial ability to have paid caregiver and to have a lot of friends and family who will come and visit Sally, and if I need an evening off, somebody will cover for me. So many families in Georgia don't have that ability. So when people ask, do I have an ability to decompress, I say yes, but there are so many families who don't have that ability. And those are the people that I think about when I may start to feel sorry for myself, that my mission really needs to be to connect with those families and to help them.
It's important to continue working, continue volunteering. As exciting it is to kind of regroup and see how far we've come, there's still, there's a long way to go, and I think, we would all continue to, hope for, the opportunity to improve not only, our family's lives, but other people's lives. So it's something we're not going to stop doing.
You get a couple of different reactions for the people that aren't familiar with it, and you try to explain it to them. And then if you tell someone that is familiar with it, in other words, they had a friend or a family member, you just have to, as soon as you say, my sister has ALS, you can tell by looking at their face that they know the disease.
What it means, yeah.
And I don't want to see that look on anybody else's face. It's, it needs to go away.